Hey, this is a video update for Derek. This is the custom bracelet we're working on, and as reviewed in the last video, we had talked about how to basically get the mounting onto a bracelet, and because of the way the mounting was designed. So the solution we talked about was coming up with this basically an additional, like a leather patch that would sit on top of the bracelet. So I kind of want to show you the look of it now that I kind of have it temporarily on there. These rivets are actually not pressed down. You can kind of see they're not pressed into the leather yet. So, but this gives you, looking from the top, it gives you an idea of what just this part would look like. You can see that there is a small gap right there, and actually in the light, it's more noticeable the way the light's shining on it. But as I look at it in normal light, it's not super large or anything. My hope is that once I rivet this down, that this will close up more, and if we need to, we could probably glue it more. And in the last video, I had tooled this bracelet, the base bracelet. I had tooled a circle in it so that it sat in there, and I did do that with this, but you have to be a little bit careful, because if you tool too much into it, then it sits, of course, further down, and you can see that the end of the stud, basically, I think it's an earring stud, but the stud is poking through. So what I will have to do when I get ready to finally attach this is actually pull this off and probably file a couple millimeters off, just so that that point doesn't come through. But other than that, this is kind of what I'm thinking. Let me show you the closure we talked about really quick. It's and this is just what I put together for the moment. So if you want a different type of closure, we could do that too. So this is the button stud. You can see I did find a flat one, and if you can see that, it's kind of flat right there. And the thing I like about button studs is that it is adjustable, so you can take that off. And the way I design my bracelets are, usually it's 4 or 5 holes. You gave me wrist measurements of 16 to 18 centimeters, I believe. And so what I tried to do was try to cover that range with these holes. And so if you want to, if you need it to fit tighter, you basically unscrew the button stud here and move it down, screw it back on. Or if you needed a looser fit, you can, basically adjust it. And if you're once you find a good fit and you think that's probably where you want to leave it, you could also put some Loctite or some like clear nail polish on the threads and tighten it back up. Otherwise, you do want to be aware every once in a while it could potentially come loose. I haven't had that happen very often, but for something that gets a lot of wear, for example, and a lot of on and off, there's a potential for that. So you could Loctite it or whatever, or just every once in a while, I like to just double check the bracelets or whatever. So I wanted to show you this. It kind of came off. This is the black Let It Go we had talked about, and of course this is just it's not on there permanently. I just kind of wrapped it around a couple times. It looks a little sloppy right now, but I was thinking something like this. It would come around this way, and basically there'd be another kind of tie down over here before I got to that hole, and it'd be a design similar to this. And of course, if you want right now I'm trying to get these just slightly above this rim, so that it has some three-dimensional feel to it. But if you wanted it even more higher, or even flared, angled out more, we could always do that depending on how we wrap it. But yeah, my thought is something like that. And really for these I was thinking just 2 attachment points. One right here, right before you get to the button stud holes, and then one right here before you get to the main button stud hole. And it basically looks something like that, like this. Of course, hopefully more uniform, or not, but and you could basically make it flare out or bring it closer together, however you want to wear it. Some people do put, more. I've seen on bracelets they'll add this, so you could have another one here, for example, and another one here. But I think when we talked last time, you had wanted to be not as noticeable. So to me, following the design that of the other bracelets you had shown me, this is what they use. This kind of waxed nylon thread, and they basically attach it using this. And so I was just thinking one here and one here, and you'd be good. If you want more, we could do that too. And so it's really the look you want to go for. I did want to tell you, I did buy some different threads to kind of show you. Right now this is the black wax thread. I did get, so here's the black, and then this is a brown, I don't know if you can tell, and I also did get some white. Well, it's like a white cream color. It's supposed to be white. So for this part right here, that would hold the leather down, the leather straps together. It's really up to you. I would probably not recommend the white or the cream. What I found on bracelets with like white stitching or white wrap, whatever, is that they do have a tendency, like when you set a table or something, and if you're at a restaurant, that you could get food or something else onto your onto that, and basically white will eventually get darker and show dirt easier. So for this, I was thinking either the brown or the black wax thread. You have both colors here, so really you can't go wrong with either. So it's just up to you how you want to make it look. So let me know about the black and the brown, and how high or how out you want these to kind of sit. I'm thinking something like mid, just maybe just slightly higher than the bracelet itself. You'd have that kind of look. You can move it around. But anyway, let me know what you think about the thread, about the button stud, and the rivets. Right now, my thought was just to rivet these down, and just hope that the gap closes up a little bit. If you don't like that gap, what we could do is we could glue it. Actually, glue this piece to this piece and then rivet it, to reinforce it. We could do that, but because there is a potential for it to be flush on either side if we glued it. But yeah, I mean, the issue with gluing it, I use a special leather glue, is that you would have an extremely difficult time getting it off if you ever wanted to change it. With the rivets, there's a way to remove them, and remove this and the setting and the mount, and put it somewhere else if you wanted to. With glue, that would the glue that I use, it will not pull apart very easy. So it's up to you. Anyway, let me know what you think about the button stud, the level adjustment that's there. If you want to go with a different type of closure, like you mentioned before, we could also do that. So yeah, there's that, and then I'll give you one more view with a black latigo lace type lace thread. Anyway, let me pull this. So something like that. A bit more flesh, but yeah. Anyway, give me an email. Let me know what you think about the bracelet and the design so far, and we'll go from there. Thanks. Bye.